God will forgive me. He always does. That's what church is for. Those words hang in the air of Providence Municipal Court. The man who just said them stands near the defendant's table. His name is Vincent Harlow. He is 52 years old. His silver hair is perfectly styled. He wears a dark blue suit that probably costs $3,000. A gold cross hangs from his neck. It catches the light. It looks expensive. His shoes are polished so bright you could see your face in them. His hands rest at his sides. His chin is up. He looks calm. He looks like he believes what he just said. Judge Frank Caprio sits at the bench. His face is hard to read right now. His eyes are on Vincent. The courtroom is packed. Every seat is full. People line the walls. Local news cameras are here. This case has been talked about for months. Everyone in Providence knows about it. If you believe that people who steal from those in need should face real justice, you will want to see what happens in the next few minutes. The bailiff called this case 20 minutes ago. Case number 2026, CR 44921. The State of Rhode Island versus Vincent Harlow. The charges are serious. Embezzlement, wire fraud, filing false documents, criminal breach of fiduciary duty. All of it tied to one place. The Hope Rising Charity Foundation. Before Vincent walked in, someone else sat in the witness chair. Her name is Carmen Rodriguez. She is 38 years old. She looks tired. Her eyes are red. She works as a home health aide. She takes care of elderly people who cannot take care of themselves. She works 60 hours a week, sometimes more. She makes $15 an hour. She has 3 children. 2 are in middle school. 1 is in high school. Her husband died 4 years ago. Cancer. The medical bills nearly destroyed her. Carmen sat in that chair and told her story. Her voice was quiet at first. Then it got stronger. Your Honor, 3 years ago I was drowning, she said. I had bills everywhere. The electricity got shut off twice. I couldn't buy my kids new shoes. They wore sneakers with holes in them. I cried every night. I prayed every morning. I didn't know what to do. She paused. She looked at her hands. Then I heard about Hope Rising. They said they help families like mine. Families struggling after losing someone. They said they had emergency funds. Money for rent. Money for food. Money for school supplies. I called them. I was so nervous. But they said yes. They said they would help me. Carmen's voice cracked a little. She took a breath. I filled out all the papers. I showed them everything. My husband's death certificate. My pay stubs. My bills. They said I qualified for $8,000. That money would have changed my life. It would have caught up my rent. It would have fixed my car so I could get to work. It would have bought my kids winter coats. She looked up. She looked right at Vincent. I waited 2 months. I called every week. They kept saying it was coming. They kept saying it was processing. Then I got a letter. It said the program was suspended. It said there were no funds available. It said I should try again next year. Tears rolled down her face now. She did not wipe them away. I lost my apartment. We had to move in with my sister. All 5 of us in her 2-bedroom place. My son had to switch schools. My daughter started getting in fights. Everything fell apart. And then 6 months later, I saw the news. I saw that the man who ran Hope Rising had been stealing the money. The money that was supposed to help people like me. Money that good people donated because they wanted to help. Carmen's hand shook. She gripped the edge of the witness chair. Do you know what it feels like to beg for help and be told to wait? To believe someone is going to save you? And then find out they were lying the whole time? That they were spending your hope on themselves? The courtroom was silent. People stared at her. Some people wiped their own eyes. A woman in the back row held a tissue to her face. Judge Caprio spoke then. His voice was gentle. Thank you, Mrs. Rodriguez. I know this is difficult. Carmen nodded. She stepped down. She walked back to her seat. Her shoulders were slumped. She looked at the floor. That was 20 minutes ago. Now Vincent Harlow stands at the defendant's table. He does not look at Carmen. He looks at the judge. His lawyer sits next to him. His lawyer is a man named Peter Ashford. He wears a gray suit. He has a leather briefcase. He looks expensive too. Judge Caprio looks at a folder in front of him. He opens it slowly. Papers are inside. Lots of them. Mr. Harlow, the judge says, you ran the Hope Rising Charity Foundation for 8 years. Is that correct? Vincent nods. Yes, Your Honor. I founded it actually. In 2018. It was my calling. God put that mission on my heart. His voice is smooth. He talks like someone who is used to talking, used to being listened to. He ran a large church before this. Community Faith Assembly. 2,000 members. He preached every Sunday. People called him Pastor Vincent. They trusted him. The judge looks at the papers. Your charity claimed to help families in crisis. Families who lost a parent. Families facing medical emergencies. Families about to be evicted. Is that correct? Yes, Your Honor. We helped hundreds of families. We changed lives. It was beautiful work. And during those 8 years, your charity took in donations totaling approximately $1.2 million. Is that correct? Vincent shifts a little. His smile stays on his face. Yes, approximately. People were very generous. They saw the good we were doing. Judge Caprio flips a page. And of that $1.2 million, how much actually went to families in need? Vincent's lawyer starts to speak. Your Honor, the financial. The judge holds up his hand. I asked Mr. Harlow. Vincent clears his throat. Well, there were operating costs. Salaries. Office space. Marketing to attract more donors. These things cost money. How much went to families, Mr. Harlow? Vincent looks at his lawyer. His lawyer nods slightly. Vincent looks back at the judge. Approximately $310,000. A sound goes through the courtroom. People whisper to each other. Someone says, "What?" out loud. Judge Caprio leans forward. So you took in $1.2 million in donations. People gave you their money because they wanted to help struggling families. And you gave only $310,000 to those families. Where did the rest go? Vincent straightens his shoulders. Your Honor, running a charity is expensive. We had rent. We had staff. We had. Where did the rest go, Mr. Harlow? The judge's voice is calm. But there is steel in it now. Vincent does not answer right away. The courtroom is so quiet you can hear people breathing. Judge Caprio picks up another paper. Let me help you. According to the forensic accountant report, $890,000 went to various personal expenses. Should I read the list? Vincent's face changes a little. The smile gets tighter. Your Honor, I can explain. A BMW 7 Series. Purchased with charity funds. $68,000. Vincent opens his mouth. Nothing comes out. A vacation home in Martha's Vineyard. Down payment of $120,000. Charity funds. People in the courtroom lean forward now. Someone makes a sound like they have been punched. Private school tuition for your 3 children. $45,000 per year for 3 years. Charity funds. Vincent's face is red now. Your Honor, please. Country club membership. First-class flights to Miami, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. Designer clothes. Jewelry for your wife. A boat. All charity funds. All money that was supposed to help people like Mrs. Rodriguez. The judge looks up from the paper. He looks right at Vincent. And when the state started investigating, you filed false financial reports. You lied about where the money went. You created fake receipts. You tried to hide what you did. Is that correct? Vincent's lawyer stands up. Your Honor, my client has prepared a statement. Sit down, Mr. Ashford. The lawyer sits. Vincent takes a breath. He tries to smile again. Your Honor, I made mistakes. I admit that. But my work helped people. We did good things. The families we helped will tell you that. And yes, I took some money for myself. But I was going to pay it back. I just needed time to... You needed time. Judge Caprio's voice rises a little. Not much. Just enough. Mrs. Rodriguez needed time. She needed $8,000 to keep a roof over her children's heads. She did not get time. She got a letter saying there was no money. While you were driving your BMW. While you were playing golf at your country club. While you were sitting on a boat that cost more than she makes in 5 years. Vincent's face goes pale now. The red drains away. And then the judge continues, when you finally got caught, what did you do? Did you apologize? Did you try to make it right? No. You stood there and said, God will forgive me. Like this is between you and God. Like the people you hurt do not matter. The courtroom is frozen. Nobody moves. Every eye is on Vincent. Vincent tries again. His voice is smaller now. Your Honor, I am a man of faith. I have served my community for 20 years. I have counseled people through their darkest hours. I have baptized children. I have married couples. I have buried the dead. I made a mistake. A terrible mistake. But I am not a criminal. I am a servant of God who lost his way. Judge Caprio closes the folder. He sits back in his chair. He looks at Vincent for a long time. 10 seconds. 15. 20. The silence is crushing. Then the judge speaks. His voice is quiet. Mr. Harlow, do you know what faith is? Vincent blinks. Your Honor. Faith. The thing you claim to have. Do you know what it is? Vincent straightens up a little. This is his territory now. Talking about God. Talking about faith. He has done this 1,000 times. Faith is believing in God. Trusting in his plan. Following his word. Judge Caprio shakes his head slowly. No. That is religion. Faith is different. Faith is what Mrs. Rodriguez had when she called your charity. Faith is believing that people are good. That when you ask for help, someone will help you. That when you are drowning, someone will throw you a rope. She had faith in you. Vincent looks down now. And you took that faith, the judge continues. You took it and you crushed it. You looked at families who had lost everything, and you saw dollar signs. You saw a BMW. You saw a vacation home. You saw golf and boats in first-class seats. You did not see people. You saw opportunities. The judge picks up another paper. The investigation found that over 3 years you denied assistance to 147 families who qualified for help. Families like Mrs. Rodriguez. You told them there was no money. But there was money. You just wanted it for yourself. He looks at Vincent again. 147 families. Do you understand what that means? That is 147 mothers crying themselves to sleep. 147 fathers feeling like failures. That is kids going hungry. That is families living in cars. That is people losing hope. Real people, not numbers on a page. People who trusted you. Vincent's hands shake now. He grabs the table to steady himself. And you did all of this while wearing a cross around your neck. While preaching on Sundays. While telling people to trust in God's love. You made God a weapon. You used him to steal. The judge pauses. He takes a breath. When he speaks again, his voice is harder. You said God will forgive you. Maybe he will. That is between you and him. But this court does not represent God. This court represents the people of Rhode Island. The people you hurt. The people you stole from. And those people deserve justice. Vincent looks up. His eyes are wet now. The confidence is gone. He looks smaller somehow. Judge Caprio opens another folder. This one is thicker. Before I hand down your sentence, we are going to hear from some other people. People who tried to get help from your charity. People who trusted you. The next hour is brutal. One by one, people come to the witness stand. They tell their stories. Each one is worse than the last. A man named Thomas Chun. He is 61 years old. His wife died from a stroke. He applied for funeral assistance from Hope Rising. He was approved for $6,000. He waited 3 months. Nothing came. He had to borrow money from his church to bury his wife. He is still paying it back. A woman named Keisha Williams. She is 29. Her house burned down. She lost everything. Her daughter's asthma inhaler burned up too. She needed emergency housing money. Hope Rising said yes. Then they said no. Then they said yes again. Then nothing. She and her daughter lived in shelter for 5 months. Her daughter's asthma got worse. She ended up in the hospital twice. A man named Robert Sullivan. He is a veteran. He served in Iraq. He came home with PTSD. He lost his job. He was about to lose his apartment. Hope Rising said they helped veterans. They said they had a special fund. He applied. He waited. He called every day for 6 weeks. Then he got evicted. He lived in his car for 8 months. Each story is the same. Hope. Waiting. Lies. Loss. And through it all, Vincent Harlow was buying things. Taking trips. Living a life of luxury on their pain. After the 7th witness, Vincent sits down. His lawyer tries to keep him standing, but he cannot. His legs will not hold him. He puts his head in his hands. His shoulders shake. People in the courtroom watch him. Some look satisfied. Some look angry. Some just look sad. Judge Caprio listens to every word. He takes notes. He asks questions. He makes sure each person is heard. It takes an hour and 40 minutes. By the end, the evidence is a mountain. Then it is time for the evidence from investigation. A detective takes the stand. His name is Marcus Brennan. He worked this case for 2 years. He has documents. He has bank records. He has receipts. He has emails. Your Honor, Detective Brennan says, Mr. Harlow was sophisticated in his theft. He created a shell company, HRC Consulting. He paid this company for services, marketing, fundraising, event planning. But HRC Consulting was his own company. He was paying himself. He moved money from a charity to his company to his personal accounts. He tried to make it look legal. The detective shows emails. Vincent writing to himself from different email addresses, creating fake invoices, fake contracts, all of it designed to hide the theft. We also found evidence that he pressured his staff not to help certain families. Families who had complicated cases. Families who needed more money. He told his staff to deny those applications, to save money. But he was not saving money for the charity. He was saving it for himself. The detective pulls out more papers. We found text messages between Mr. Harlow and his wife. In one text, his wife asks about buying a new Lexus. Mr. Harlow responds, and I quote, "Don't worry, baby. The charity account is full this month. Plenty for both of us." End quote. A sound like wind goes through the courtroom. People cannot believe it. They heard it, but they cannot believe it. In another text, the detective continues, Mr. Harlow's wife asks if they can afford a vacation to Europe. Mr. Harlow responds, "We just got a big donation from a Morrison family. $25,000. I will put $10,000 toward operating costs and keep the rest. Paris, here we come." End quote. The Morrison family. They are in the courtroom. An older couple in the third row. The woman covers her mouth with her hand. The man's face goes red. They donated $25,000. They thought it was helping struggling families. It paid for a trip to Paris. More evidence comes. Bank records showing Vincent withdrawing cash from ATMs. Large amounts. $2,000 at a time. $3,000. The detective says they could not track where all the cash went. Vincent probably spent it on things he did not want anyone to know about. Gambling maybe. Or other things. Phone records show Vincent calling influential people. City council members. State representatives. Even a senator's office. He was trying to get them to pressure the investigators to back off. To make the case go away. Some of them did pressure the investigators. The detective says it made the case harder. But they kept going. Then comes the most damning evidence. Security camera footage from a Hope Rising office. The detective has it on a tablet. He plays it for the court. The screen shows Vincent at his desk. He is alone. He opens a drawer. He pulls out a donation envelope. The kind people drop off at the office or mail in. It has cash inside. The detective pauses the video. This donation came from a woman named Patricia Hayes. She is 83 years old. She lives on Social Security. She sent $100 cash to Hope Rising. She included a note saying her grandson died, and she wanted to help other families. Mr. Harlow opened this donation personally. The detective plays the video again. Vincent counts the money. $100 in $20 bills. Then he does something shocking. He takes the money and puts it in his pocket. All of it. He throws the envelope and the note in the trash. He never recorded the donation. The charity never saw that money. Vincent just took it. The courtroom erupts. People shout. Someone stands up and yells, "You thief!" The bailiff has to tell people to calm down. Judge Caprio bangs his gavel 3 times. Order slowly comes back. Vincent is crying now. Real tears. His face is in his hands. His shoulders shake. His lawyer puts a hand on his shoulder, but Vincent does not react. The detective has more videos. More envelopes. More cash going into Vincent's pocket. Over 3 years, he stole approximately $47,000 this way. Direct cash donations that nobody knew about. Small amounts from people who could not afford to give. But they gave anyway because they believed in the mission. And Vincent stole every penny. The evidence presentation takes another hour. By the end, there is no doubt. Vincent Harlow is not a man who made a mistake. He is a thief who used God and charity as cover. He is a predator who fed on hope. Judge Caprio sits back when the detective finishes. He looks at the ceiling for a moment. Then he looks at Vincent. "Mr. Harlow, stand up." Vincent does not move at first. His lawyer helps him. Vincent stands. His legs shake. His face is wet with tears. The expensive suit looks ridiculous now. The gold cross around his neck looks like an insult. "Do you have anything to say before I sentence you?" the judge asks. Vincent tries to speak. His voice cracks. "Your Honor, I am so sorry. I am so deeply sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. I started with good intentions. I really did. But somewhere along the way, I lost myself. I got greedy. I got selfish. I forgot why I started the charity in the first place. And people got hurt. Good people. People who needed help. I see that now. I see what I did. He stops. He takes a shaky breath. I know saying sorry is not enough. I know words cannot fix what I broke. But I am asking for mercy. I am asking for a chance to make this right. I can pay the money back. I can sell my house. I can sell my car. I can work. I can spend the rest of my life trying to fix this. Please, Your Honor. Please give me a chance. Judge Caprio listens. His face does not change. When Vincent finishes, the judge waits a few seconds. Then he speaks. Mr. Harlow, I have been a judge for a very long time. I have seen thousands of people stand where you are standing. I have heard every excuse, every apology, every promise, and I have learned something. You can tell the difference between someone who is sorry they did something wrong and someone who is sorry they got caught. Vincent opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. You are sorry you got caught, the judge continues. If Detective Brennan had not spent 2 years investigating you, you would still be stealing. You would still be driving your BMW. You would still be living in your vacation house. You would still be denying help to families in need. You would not have stopped. You would not have felt guilty. You would have kept going until there was nothing left to take. The judge picks up his notes. You stood here earlier and said, God will forgive me. Do you know why you said that? Because you think forgiveness is easy. You think you can say some words and everything is fine. You think God is a get-out-of-jail-free card. You use him like you use everything else. As a tool. As a way to avoid consequences. Vincent's head drops. He stares at the floor. Let me tell you about consequences, Mr. Harlow. Consequences are real. Consequences are what happen when you hurt people. And you hurt a lot of people. You did not just steal money. You stole hope. You stole faith. You stole the one thing that keeps people going when everything else falls apart. You stole their belief that someone cares. That someone will help. That they are not alone. Judge Caprio's voice gets quieter now. But it is not gentle. It is sharp. Like a knife. Mrs. Rodriguez lost her home because of you. Her children had to change schools. Her daughter started fighting. Her son fell behind in class. Her whole family fell apart. And for what? So you could play golf? So your wife could have jewelry? So you could fly first class? Was it worth it, Mr. Harlow? Vincent shakes his head. No, Your Honor. Mr. Chun had to borrow money to bury his wife. His wife. The woman he spent 40 years with. He had to go to his church and beg for money to put her in the ground with dignity. Because you wanted a boat. I know, Your Honor. I know. Ms. Williams' daughter ended up in a hospital because they were living in a shelter and her asthma got worse. A 6-year-old child struggling to breathe. Because you wanted a vacation home. Vincent is sobbing now. His whole body shakes. And Mr. Sullivan, a man who served his country, a man who has scars you cannot see from a war he did not start. He lived in his car for 8 months. In Rhode Island. In the winter. Freezing. Alone. Scared. Because you wanted to live like a rich man. The judge pauses. He lets the words hang there. The courtroom is silent except for Vincent's crying. You asked for mercy, Judge Caprio says. Let me tell you about mercy. Mercy is what Mrs. Rodriguez showed when she agreed to testify here today. She could have stayed home. She could have tried to forget. But she came here and told her story so that maybe, just maybe, you would face justice. That is mercy. Mercy is painful. Mercy is hard. Mercy is not letting you off easy. Mercy is giving you a chance to become better. And that is what I am going to do. Vincent looks up. Hope flickers in his eyes for just a second. But first, the judge says, you are going to face the full weight of what you did. The hope dies. Judge Caprio picks up a paper. Vincent Harlow, you have been found guilty of embezzlement, wire fraud, filing false documents, and criminal breach of fiduciary duty. The sentence of this court is as follows. Everyone leans forward. The courtroom holds its breath. First, financial restitution. You will repay every penny you stole, $890,000, plus interest calculated from the date of each theft. The total comes to approximately $1.1 million. Your home will be seized and sold. Your car will be seized and sold. Your boat will be seized and sold. Your bank accounts will be frozen and emptied. Your wife's jewelry will be seized and sold. Everything you bought with stolen money will be taken. And if there is still money owed after all of that, you will pay it through wage garnishment for the rest of your life if necessary. Vincent sways a little. His lawyer grabs his arm to steady him. Second, you are hereby sentenced to 6 years in the Rhode Island Department of Corrections. You will serve a minimum of 4 years before being eligible for parole. During that time, you will have plenty of opportunity to think about what you did. To really think about it. Not just to feel sorry for yourself, but to understand the pain you caused. 6 years. The words echo in the courtroom. Vincent's wife is in the gallery. She starts crying. Loud, gasping sobs. Third, upon your release, you will perform 2,000 hours of community service. But not just any community service. You will work at the Hope Rising Charity Foundation. Vincent's head snaps up, confusion on his face. Yes, Mr. Harlow. Hope Rising still exists. After you were arrested, the board of directors cleaned house. They brought in new leadership. They implemented oversight. They started helping families again. Real help this time. And when you get out of prison, you are going to work there. For free. You are going to process applications. You are going to review cases. You are going to see the faces of people who need help. People like the ones you denied. And you are going to help them. Not for money. Not for glory. Not so you can feel good about yourself. But because you owe a debt. The judge is not done. Your community service will be supervised by Carmen Rodriguez. The courtroom explodes. People gasp. People shout. Someone claps once before catching themselves. Carmen's hands fly to her face. She looks shocked, terrified, honored, all at once. Judge Caprio waits for quiet. Mrs. Rodriguez has agreed to serve on Hope Rising's board of directors. She understands what it means to need help. She understands what it means to be lied to. She will make sure you do your work. She will make sure you show up. She will make sure you understand what you took from her and from people like her. Vincent looks at Carmen. She looks back at him. Her face is hard. She does not look away. Fourth, you are banned from serving in any leadership position in any charitable organization for the rest of your life. You are banned from serving on any board of directors for any nonprofit. You are banned from soliciting donations of any kind. You are banned from preaching or serving in any pastoral role in any church. You used your position to steal. You will never have that position again. Vincent's face crumples. Being a pastor was his identity. It was who he was, or who he pretended to be. Fifth, you will write a personal letter of apology to every single family you denied assistance to. All 147 families. These letters will be handwritten, not typed, not dictated, written by you, in your own hand. They will be reviewed by the court to ensure they are genuine. They will be specific. You will acknowledge what you took from each family. You will not ask for forgiveness. You will not make excuses. You will simply tell the truth. I stole from you. I lied to you. I hurt you. I am sorry. That is all. The judge looks at Vincent, really looks at him. And sixth, you will create a video statement. You will sit in front of a camera and tell the world what you did. You will explain how you stole from a charity. You will explain how you used God as a cover. You will explain how you hurt people. This video will be shown at every community meeting, every charity fundraiser, every church service that requests it. It will be a warning, a reminder, that when we trust people with our hope, they have a responsibility. And when they break that trust, there are consequences. Judge Caprio sets down his papers. He folds his hands. Mr. Harlow, you said God will forgive you. Maybe he will. I hope he does. Because forgiveness is important. But forgiveness does not erase consequences. Forgiveness does not undo harm. Forgiveness does not mean you get to skip the hard part. The hard part is facing what you did, accepting your punishment, and spending the rest of your life trying to be better. Vincent can barely stand now. His lawyer holds him up. Tears pour down his face. Snot runs from his nose. The expensive suit is wrinkled and wet. The gold cross hangs crooked. He looks destroyed. Do you understand your sentence? The judge asks. Vincent nods. He tries to speak. His voice is barely a whisper. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have anything else to say? Vincent looks at Carmen, then at the other victims in the courtroom, then at the judge. I am sorry, he says. His voice breaks. I am so sorry. Judge Caprio nods once. Bailiff, take Mr. Harlow into custody. The bailiff moves forward. He has handcuffs. Vincent sees them. Something breaks inside him. He starts to collapse. The bailiff catches him. Another officer comes to help. They hold Vincent up. They turn him around. His hands go behind his back. The handcuffs click into place. The sound is loud in the quiet courtroom. Vincent's wife screams. Vincent! She stands up. She tries to move toward him. Someone stops her. She sobs. I love you. I love you. Vincent looks back at her. I am sorry, he says. I am so sorry. They lead him toward the door. His feet drag. He can barely walk. As he passes Carmen's row, he stops. He looks at her. She looks at him. Her face is wet with tears, but her eyes are hard. Mrs. Rodriguez, Vincent says. His voice cracks. Please, please forgive me. I took everything from you. I know that. Please. Carmen stares at him for a long moment. The whole courtroom waits. Finally, she speaks. Her voice is quiet, but everyone hears it. You didn't take everything, Mr. Harlow. You tried, but you didn't. I still have my kids. I still have my faith. Real faith. Not the fake kind you sold. And now I have something else. I have justice. She pauses. A tear runs down her cheek. Maybe someday I can forgive you. Maybe. But not today. Today you need to face what you did. You need to feel what I felt. What all of us felt. Today you need to hurt the way you made us hurt. Vincent's head drops. He nods. The bailiffs lead him away. The door closes behind him. He is gone. The courtroom exhales. People talk quietly. Some cry. Some hug. Carmen sits down. Her hands shake. The woman next to her puts an arm around her shoulders. Judge Caprio watches it all. He waits until people start to settle. Then he speaks again. Before we adjourn, I want to say something. Everyone goes quiet. What happened here is not rare. People in positions of trust steal from those they are supposed to help. It happens in charities. It happens in churches. It happens in businesses and governments and families. People see vulnerability, and they exploit it. They see goodness, and they take advantage of it. And when they get caught, they say they are sorry. They say it was a mistake. They say they will change. The judge looks around the room. His eyes touch on each victim, each face. But here is what I want you to remember. Vincent Harlow did not steal your worth. He did not steal your strength. He did not steal your right to ask for help. He did not steal your humanity. He tried, but he failed, because those things cannot be stolen. They can only be given, and you did not give them. Carmen nods slowly. Others nod too. Mrs. Rodriguez, you are not defined by what was done to you. You are defined by how you stood up, how you told your story, how you refused to disappear. Mr. Chun, Ms. Williams, Mr. Sullivan, all of you. You are not victims. You are survivors. You are warriors. You are proof that hope cannot be stolen. It can be hurt. It can be tested. But it cannot be destroyed. The judge's voice gets softer now. And to everyone watching this, everyone who donates to charity, everyone who tries to help, do not let this make you stop. Do not let one bad person make you believe everyone is bad. Most charities are good. Most people in leadership are honest. Most pastors and priests and rabbis and imams are trying to do right. Do not let Vincent Harlow steal your generosity. Do not let him win. He pauses. But be smart. Ask questions. Demand transparency. Look at financial reports. Make sure your money goes where you want it to go. Trust but verify. Hope but watch. Give but pay attention. Because the best way to honor the people who do good work is to make sure bad people cannot hide among them. Judge Caprio looks down at his desk. We are adjourned. He bangs his gavel once. People start to stand. They move slowly, like they are waking up from a dream. Some go to Carmen. They shake her hand. They hug her. She smiles a little. A small, tired smile. The news cameras are still rolling. Reporters talk into microphones. This case will be on every channel tonight. It will be in every newspaper tomorrow. Vincent Harlow's name will be known. Not as a pastor. Not as a charity leader. But as a thief. 3 months pass. Life moves on. But the case does not disappear. The video of the sentencing goes viral. Millions of people watch it. They share it. They comment on it. Some people say the judge was too harsh. Most people say he was not harsh enough. Hope Rising Charity Foundation gets new attention. People want to help. Donations flood in. Real donations this time. Watched over by a new board. Supervised by outside auditors. Transparent and honest. In 3 months, they helped 60 families. Families like Carmen's. Families who need hope. Carmen Rodriguez becomes the face of the charity. She speaks at events. She tells her story. Not for pity, but for purpose. She wants people to know that help is possible, that good people exist, that trust can be rebuilt. She still works as a home health aide. She still works 60 hours a week. But now she serves on the board too. She reviews applications. She makes sure families get help. Real help. Inside the Rhode Island Department of Corrections, Vincent Harlow sits in a cell. He shares it with another inmate. The cell is small, 10 feet by 8 feet, 2 bunks, 1 toilet, 1 sink. The walls are concrete, gray and cold. Vincent's bunk is the bottom one. He lies there most of the day. He stares at the ceiling. He thinks about his house, his car, his boat, all of it gone. Sold at auction. The money went back to Hope Rising. It will help 20 families. 20 families will get the help he denied to 147. His wife comes to visit once a week. She is not angry at him anymore. She is just sad, tired. She moved back in with her parents. She took their kids out of private school. They go to public school now. They are adjusting, making new friends, learning what normal life looks like. She tells Vincent these things through a glass partition, through a phone. He cries every time. She does not cry anymore. She used up all her tears. Vincent has started writing the letters. 147 letters. 1 for each family he denied. He writes 1 per day. Sometimes 2 if he cannot sleep. His handwriting is not good. He was always typing. Always using computers. Writing by hand is hard. His hand cramps. But he keeps going. Because he has to. Because the judge ordered it. Because it is the least he can do. Each letter is different. He looks up each family. He reads their original application. He sees what they asked for. What they needed. Then he writes. He tells them he lied. He tells them he stole. He tells them he is sorry. Some letters are 1 page. Some are 3 pages. Each one hurts to write. Good. They should hurt. He has finished 63 letters so far. The prison guards collect them. They mail them to the court. The court reviews them. Most have been approved. A few were rejected. Not specific enough. Not sincere enough. He had to rewrite them. He did. Some families write back. Not many. But some. Most of the letters are angry. They tell him what happened after he denied them. How their lives fell apart. How they suffered. How they had to rebuild from nothing. They do not forgive him. They just want him to know. He reads every letter. He keeps them in a box under his bunk. 1 letter stands out. It is from Patricia Hayes, the 83-year-old woman whose $100 donation he stole. She wrote 4 pages. Her handwriting is shaky but clear. She tells him about her grandson, how he died in a car accident, how she wanted to help other families avoid that pain, how his theft made her feel. Stupid, used, ashamed. But then, at the end, she writes something different. Mr. Harlow, I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because holding on to anger is too heavy for me at my age. I pray that you find your way back to God, the real God, not the one you used as an excuse, the one who calls us to love each other, to help each other, to be honest. I hope prison teaches you what church did not. I hope you come out a different man. Vincent read that letter 10 times. Then he cried for an hour. He still has not written her back. He does not know what to say. How do you respond to grace when you do not deserve it? He is still trying to figure it out. 6 months pass. Vincent has written all 147 letters. All of them have been approved. All of them have been mailed. He has heard back from 31 families. Most are angry. 3 have offered forgiveness. He keeps all the letters. He reads them when he feels sorry for himself, when he thinks his punishment is too harsh, when he wants to complain about the food, or the noise, or the cold. The letters remind him. Other people had it worse. Because of him. He has also recorded the video statement. A crew came to the prison. They set up a camera in a conference room. They sat him down. They gave him a microphone. They told him to talk. So he did. He talked for 40 minutes. He explained everything. How he started the charity with good intentions. How he slowly started taking money. How he justified it. How he lied to himself and others. How he got caught. How he destroyed lives. He did not cry in the video. He did not perform. He just told the truth. Plain and simple. The video is now used by the Rhode Island Attorney General's office. They show it at nonprofit training sessions. They show it to new charity leaders. They show it as a warning. This is what happens when you lose your way. This is what happens when you put yourself first. Vincent has also started attending a class in prison. It is called Financial Crimes and Restitution. It is taught by a volunteer. A man who used to be an accountant, who also went to prison for embezzlement, who served his time and got out and now teaches other inmates. The man's name is Richard. He is 68 years old. He has kind eyes and a firm voice. Richard does not go easy on Vincent. He does not let Vincent make excuses. He does not let Vincent hide behind God or sorry or mistakes. He makes Vincent look at the numbers. The real numbers. The 147 families. The $890,000 stolen. The countless hours of suffering caused. Richard makes Vincent calculate how many meals that money could have bought, how many months of rent it could have paid, how many school supplies, how many medical bills. The numbers are staggering. Vincent fills notebook after notebook with calculations, with names, with faces, with lives. Richard tells him something that sticks. Vincent, you cannot undo what you did. You cannot give those families back the years they lost, the opportunities they missed, the pain they felt. That is gone. Forever. But you can do one thing. You can make sure no one else does what you did. You can be a warning, a lesson, a scar that reminds people what happens when greed takes over. That is your job now. Not to feel sorry for yourself, but to be useful. To be a sign that says, danger, do not go this way. Vincent writes those words down. He reads them every night before bed. For years pass. Vincent is up for parole. He is 56 years old now. His hair is completely gray. He has lost weight. Prison food is not good and stress burns calories. He looks older, tired, different. The parole hearing is in a small room. 5 people sit at a table. They have Vincent's file. They have read everything. His crime, his sentence, his behavior in prison, his letters, his video, his classwork. They have talked to his counselors, his teachers, other inmates. They know who he was. They are trying to figure out who he is now. Carmen Rodriguez is at the hearing. She has a right to speak, to tell the parole board how she feels. She sits in a chair facing Vincent. This is the first time they have been in the same room since his sentencing. 4 years ago, when she told him she could not forgive him. The head of the parole board is a woman named Susan Ortiz. She is in her 50s. She has been doing this job for 20 years. She has seen everything. She looks at Vincent. Mr. Harlow, you have served 4 years of your 6-year sentence. You have been a model inmate. No fights. No violations. You have completed multiple programs. You have written all required letters. You have recorded your video statement. You have shown, on paper at least, that you are trying to change. Why should we grant you parole? Vincent takes a breath. He has prepared for this. He has practiced what to say. But now, sitting here, the prepared words feel wrong. So he speaks from his gut. Ms. Ortiz, members of the board, I do not think I should get parole. Everyone in the room looks surprised. His lawyer, sitting next to him, looks alarmed. Vincent continues. I know that sounds strange. I know I am supposed to sit here and tell you I have changed, that I am reformed, that I deserve a second chance. And maybe I have changed. I do not know. What I know is that I took $890,000 from people who trusted me. I denied help to 147 families who needed it. I used God as a weapon and hope as bait. And 4 years in prison does not erase that. It does not make it even. It does not bring back what I took. He looks at Carmen. She looks back. Her face is unreadable. I have written letters. I have made a video. I have taken classes. I have done everything the court ordered. But I did those things because I had to. Because if I did not, I would stay in prison longer. And for a long time, that was my only motivation. Avoid more punishment. But then something changed. He stops. He gathers his thoughts. I got a letter from a woman named Patricia Hayes. She was 83 years old when I stole her $100 donation. She is 87 now. She wrote to me and said she forgave me. Not because I deserved it, but because she could not carry anger anymore. And that letter broke something in me. Because I realized I had been carrying something too. Not anger. Shame. And I had been using that shame as a shield. As proof that I felt bad. That I was punished enough. But shame is not change. Shame is just pain. And pain by itself does not fix anything. The board members lean forward a little. They are listening. So I do not know if I should get parole. I do not know if I am ready to face the world. I do not know if I can do the community service the judge ordered without falling back into old patterns. Old lies. Old excuses. What I know is that if you let me out, I will try. I will work at Hope Rising under Mrs. Rodriguez's supervision. I will help families. Not for credit. Not for redemption, but because it is what I should have been doing all along. And if you decide I need to stay longer, I will accept that. Because the time I serve is not about me. It is about them, the people I hurt, and whatever helps them heal is what should happen. Silence in the room. Susan Ortiz looks at her fellow board members. They exchange glances. Then she looks at Carmen. Mrs. Rodriguez, you have a right to speak. What do you think? Carmen stands up slowly. She walks closer to Vincent. She looks down at him. He looks up at her. For years ago, she told him she could not forgive him, that he needed to hurt. Now, for years later, what does she feel? She speaks. Her voice is steady. Mr. Harlow, you destroyed my life. Not just financially. Emotionally. You made me question everything. If people were good. If I deserved help. If God cared. You took a woman who's already drowning, and you pushed her head underwater. And you did it while wearing a cross. Vincent's eyes fill with tears. He does not look away. For a long time, I wanted you to suffer. I wanted you to feel what I felt. Lost. Scared. Hopeless. And maybe you have felt that. I do not know. But what I do know is this. Keeping you in prison does not give me my apartment back. It does not give my kids their childhood back. It does not undo the damage. What helps me is seeing hope rising actually help people. Seeing families get the support they need. Seeing the system work the way it should have worked for me. She pauses. She takes a breath. I spent 4 years on Hope Rising's board. I have reviewed hundreds of applications. I have approved help for families just like mine. And every time I do, I think about you. I think about how you could have done this. How you could have used your power for good instead of greed. And I get angry all over again. Vincent nods. You should be angry. I am, Carmen says. But I am also tired. Tired of being angry. Tired of letting you take up space in my head. Tired of giving you power over my emotions. So here is what I think. I think you should get parole. Not because you deserve it, but because I need you to do your community service. I need you to show up at Hope Rising every week and do the work. I need you to see the faces of people who need help. I need you to process applications and approve funds and watch families get saved. I need you to do the job you should have done from the beginning. And I need to watch you do it. To make sure you do it right. To make sure you never forget what you took from me and from people like me. She looks at the board. He stole my hope once. I am not going to let him steal my peace too. Let him out. Let him work. Let him face what he did every single day for the next 2,000 hours. That is justice. Not keeping him in a cell where he can hide from the consequences, but putting him face to face with them. Every single day. Carmen sits down. The room is silent. Vincent wipes his eyes. He looks at Carmen. Thank you, he whispers. She does not respond. She just looks ahead. The parole board talks quietly among themselves for 5 minutes. Then Susan Ortiz speaks. Vincent Harlow, this board grants you parole. You will be released in 2 weeks. You will report to Hope Rising Charity Foundation for your community service. You will work under the supervision of Mrs. Carmen Rodriguez. You will complete 2,000 hours of service. You will attend weekly check-ins with your parole officer. You will have no contact with any other charitable organizations. You will abide by all conditions of your release. Any violation will result in immediate return to custody. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am. I understand. Then we are done here. 2 weeks later, Vincent walks out of prison. His wife is there to pick him up. She hugs him. It is awkward. They have changed. Both of them. For years is a long time. They will have to learn each other again. Or maybe learn for the first time. The real versions. Not the fake ones they pretended to be. They drive to a small apartment. 1 bedroom. She rented it with money she makes working as a receptionist. It is not much. But it is home. Vincent walks in. He looks around. It is smaller than his prison cell was. No, that is not true. It feels smaller because it is real. Because it is life. In prison, nothing felt real. Here, everything does. He starts at Hope Rising the next day. Carmen meets him at the door. She does not smile. She does not shake his hand. She just hands him a badge. You are volunteer number 847. You will work Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You will process applications. You will not make decisions. You will not talk to families. You will do paperwork. That is all. Yes, ma'am. Do not call me ma'am. Call me Mrs. Rodriguez. Yes, Mrs. Rodriguez. She shows him to a desk. It is in the back. Away from windows. Away from people. A computer. A stack of files. Instructions on what to do. Check applications for completeness. Verify documents. Enter data. Pass completed files to the review team. Simple work. Tedious work. Honest work. Vincent sits down. He looks at the first file. A woman named Angela Morales. She is 31 years old. Single mother of 2. Her husband left. She works at a grocery store. She is behind on rent. She needs $1,700 to avoid eviction. Her application is complete. Her documents are in order. She qualifies for help. Vincent enters her information into the system. He clicks submit. The file goes to the review team. They will approve it. Angela Morales will get her $1,700. She will keep her home. Her kids will not have to move. She will have hope, because Vincent did his job. The job he should have done 4 years ago. The job he should have done 8 years ago when he started Hope Rising. The job he did not do because he wanted more for himself. He picks up the next file. Then the next. Then the next. Hours pass. He processes 23 applications. 23 families who will get help. Who will get hope. Real hope this time. At 5 p.m., Carmen comes to his desk. Time to go. Be back on Thursday. Yes, Mrs. Rodriguez. He stands up. He walks to the door. Before he leaves, he turns back. Mrs. Rodriguez, can I ask you something? She looks at him. Her face is hard. What? Do you think I can ever make this right? She is quiet for a long moment. Then she speaks. No, you cannot make it right. You cannot give back what you took. You cannot fix what you broke. But you can do better going forward. You can be useful instead of harmful. You can help instead of hurt. That is not redemption. That is just responsibility. Now go home. I will see you Thursday. Vincent nods. He leaves. He walks to the bus stop. He does not have a car anymore. He waits for the bus with other people. People going home from work. People who do not know who he is. Who do not know what he did. He gets on the bus. He sits near the back. He watches the city pass by. Providence. His home. The place where he stole hope. The place where he will try to give it back. 1 year passes. Vincent has completed 750 hours of community service. He has processed over 4,000 applications. He still works at the same desk. Still does the same work. He has not complained once. He shows up on time. He does his job. He goes home. That is his life now. Simple. Humble. Honest. Hope Rising is thriving. Donations are up. Transparency is high. Families are being helped. The model is being copied by other charities across Rhode Island, across New England, across the country. What started as a scandal has become a blueprint. How to run a charity the right way. How to protect against theft. How to center the people you are trying to help. Carmen Rodriguez is now the president of Hope Rising's board. She works full-time at the charity now. She left her job as a home health aide. The charity pays her a salary. Not a huge one, but enough. She can support her kids. She can pay rent. She can save a little. Her daughter is doing better. Her son is thriving. They still live with her sister. But they are looking for their own place. Things are better. Not perfect, but better. She still supervises Vincent. She signs off on his hours every week. She watches him work. She never thanks him. She never encourages him. She just watches, making sure he does what he is supposed to do, making sure he does not slip, does not lie, does not take shortcuts. So far, he has not. One Thursday, a family comes to Hope Rising. A man and a woman and 3 kids. The youngest is maybe 5 years old. They look nervous, scared. The man is holding a folder of papers. They check in at the front desk. They sit in the waiting room. They wait to be called. Vincent sees them from his desk. He cannot see their faces clearly, but he can see their body language. The way they sit close together. The way the man's leg bounces. The way the woman holds the youngest child. He knows that look. That is the look of people who need help. Who are hoping. Who are scared hope will not be enough. He goes back to his work. He processes files. But he keeps glancing up, watching them. After 30 minutes, they are called back. They go into a meeting room. A case worker meets with them. Vincent cannot hear what they are saying, but he can guess. They are telling their story. They are showing their documents. They are asking for help. 45 minutes later, they come out. The woman is crying, but she is smiling. The man is shaking the case worker's hand. The kids are chattering. Something good happened. They got help. They got hope. They walk past Vincent's desk on their way out. The 5-year-old drops a toy. It rolls near Vincent's feet. He picks it up. He walks over. He hands it to the child. Here you go. The child takes it. Thank you. The mother smiles at Vincent. Thank you. She thinks he works here. She thinks he helped. She does not know who he is, what he did. She just knows Hope Rising helped her family. And she is grateful. Vincent watches them leave. Something twists in his chest. Not pride. He does not get to feel pride. But something. Purpose maybe. Or the beginning of understanding. This is what it should have been. This is what he could have done all along. This is what hope looks like. Carmen is standing nearby. She saw the whole thing. She walks over. That family got approved for $9,000. Rent, utilities, and medical bills. They were 2 weeks from being evicted. Vincent nods. That is good. It is. Do you know why they got approved? Because they qualified. Because you processed their application correctly. You checked every document. You verified everything. You did not rush. You did your job. And because you did, they got help. That is the first time your work directly helped someone. How does that feel? Vincent thinks about it. It feels like I should have been doing this all along. Carmen nods. You should have. But you were not. And that is something you will carry forever. But at least now you are doing it. At least now you are useful. She walks away. Vincent stands there for a moment. Then he goes back to his desk. He picks up the next file. He gets to work. 2 more years pass. Vincent completes his 2,000 hours of community service. It is a Saturday. His last day. He processes files like he has done for 3 years. At 5 p.m., Carmen comes to his desk. You are done. Your service is complete. You do not have to come back. Vincent looks at her. Can I keep coming? She looks surprised. What? Can I keep volunteering? Not because I have to, but because I want to, because this work matters, because I am good at it, because it is the least I can do. Carmen stares at him. She does not answer right away. Finally, she speaks. Why? Because for 8 years I used charity as a way to steal. I want to spend the rest of my life using it the right way. To actually help. I do not need to be paid. I do not need credit. I just need to be useful. Carmen crosses her arms. You understand this does not make you a good person, right? This does not erase what you did. This does not earn you redemption. I know, but is better than doing nothing. Is better than going back to who I was. It is better than letting what I did be the end of the story. Carmen thinks about it. I will talk to the board. If they say yes, you can volunteer. But the same rules apply. You do paperwork. You do not make decisions. You do not talk to families. You do your job and nothing more. Can you accept that? Yes, Mrs. Rodriguez. I can. She nods. I will let you know next week. The next week, the board votes. The vote is close, but they approve it. Vincent can keep volunteering. 10 hours a week. Same desk. Same work. No pay. No praise. Just service. So he does. Week after week. Month after month. He processes applications. He helps families without them knowing he helped. He shows up. He does his job. He goes home. His life is small now. Quiet. He lives in the same 1-bedroom apartment. He does not go out much. He does not have friends. His wife left him 2 years ago. She tried to make it work, but she could not. Too much damage. Too many lies. Too much pain. His kids talk to him sometimes. Short phone calls. Awkward conversations. They are older now. They are building their own lives. Lives that do not include him much. He understands. He accepts it. Patricia Hayes dies. He finds out when her church sends him a letter. She left him something in her will. A Bible. Her Bible. The one she read every day. There's a note inside. It says, Vincent, keep trying. Keep being useful. Keep showing up. That is all God asks. That we try. That we love. That we serve. I will pray for you from wherever I am. Vincent cries when he reads it. He keeps the Bible on his desk at home. He reads it sometimes. Not for show. Not for redemption. Just for guidance. For comfort. For a reminder of what grace looks like. 5 more years pass. Vincent is 65 years old now. He has been volunteering at Hope Rising for 8 years. He still works the same desk. Still processes applications. But something has changed. People know him now. Not as the man who stole. Some do remember. but others just know him as Vincent. The guy who processes applications. The guy who is always there. The guy who does his job quietly and well. New volunteers come and go. Some ask him questions. He answers. He teaches them how to check documents, how to verify information, how to be thorough. He does not tell them who he was, what he did. Some find out. Some do not. It does not matter. He is not here for a reputation. He is here to work. Carmen is still president of the board. She is 53 years old now. Her kids are grown. Her daughter is in college. Her son is working. Carmen has become a voice in the nonprofit world. She speaks at conferences. She writes articles. She teaches other organizations how to protect against fraud, how to center the people they serve, how to build trust. She is respected, admired, successful. She and Vincent have a strange relationship. They are not friends. They do not talk outside of work. But they are not enemies either. They are two people connected by pain, by justice, by the long, hard work of trying to make things better. She still does not praise him, but she does not criticize him either. She just lets him work, and that is enough. One Saturday, a young woman comes to Hope Rising. She is maybe 19. She looks lost, scared. She checks in at the front desk. She sits in the waiting room. She does not have an appointment. The receptionist tells her she needs to make one. The young woman starts to cry. Please, I just need to talk to someone. I do not know where else to go. The receptionist looks around. She sees Vincent. He has been there forever. He knows what to do. Vincent, can you help? Vincent hesitates. He is not supposed to talk to families. That is the rule. But the receptionist is new. She does not know his history. She just knows he is always there, always helpful. He looks at the young woman. She is crying harder now. He makes a decision. Come with me, he says. He leads her to a quiet corner. He brings her a box of tissues. He sits down across from her. My name is Vincent. I volunteer here. Tell me what is going on. The young woman wipes her eyes. My name is Lily. My mom just died. Cancer. I am alone. I do not have any other family. I have bills I cannot pay. Rent is due. I do not have food. I do not know what to do. Someone told me Hope Rising helps people. Is that true? Can you help me? Vincent looks at her. She is the same age his daughter was when he went to prison. She has the same lost look Carmen had 13 years ago. The same desperate hope. He feels something crack inside him. Yes, he says. We can help you. Let me get you an application. Let me walk you through it. We will figure this out. He gets the forms. He sits with her. He helps her fill them out. He explains what documents she needs. He tells her what programs she qualifies for. He is patient, kind, thorough. Exactly what he should have been 13 years ago. Carmen walks by. She sees Vincent with Lily. She stops. She watches for a moment. Vincent is breaking the rules. He is not supposed to work with families. But she sees something in the way he talks to Lily. Something real. Something honest. She does not interrupt. She just watches. Then she walks away. 2 weeks later, Lily gets approved for help. $5,000. Enough to cover rent, utilities, and food for 3 months. Enough to give her time to find a job. To get on her feet. To breathe. She comes back to thank Hope Rising. She asks for Vincent. They tell her he is in the back. She goes to his desk. Vincent, thank you. You saved my life. Literally. I do not know what I would have done without you. Vincent shakes his head. You do not need to thank me. This is what Hope Rising does. We help people. That is the whole point. But you helped me. You sat with me. You were kind. That mattered. You matter. Vincent does not know what to say. Nobody has said that to him in 13 years. That he matters. He does not cry, but his eyes get wet. Just pay it forward, he says. When you are back on your feet, help someone else. That is how this works. Lily nods. I will. I promise. She leaves. Vincent sits at his desk. He stares at his hands. Hands that took so much. Hands that hurt so many. Hands that are now trying to give back. Can hands change? Can a person change? He does not know. But he is trying. Every day. He is trying. 1 year later. Vincent is 66 years old. He still volunteers at Hope Rising. Still 10 hours a week. Still the same desk. But now, occasionally, he works with families. Carmen approved it. Not officially. She just stopped enforcing that rule. She saw how he helped Lily. She saw that he was different now. Not redeemed. Not forgiven, but different. Useful. On a Tuesday morning, Carmen comes to his desk. Vincent, can I talk to you? Of course, Mrs. Rodriguez. They go to her office. She closes the door. She sits down. She looks tired. Older. Carrying the weight of 13 years of work. I am retiring. Vincent looks surprised. What? I am 54 years old. I have been doing this for 13 years. I am tired. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to travel. I want to rest. The board is looking for a new president. I am stepping down in 6 months. Vincent nods slowly. You have done amazing work. Hope Rising is strong because of you. You should be proud. I am. But that is not why I am telling you. I am telling you because I want you to know something. When I started on this board 13 years ago, I did it because I want to make sure you face consequences. I wanted to watch you suffer. I wanted justice. And I got it. You went to prison. You lost everything. You worked here for 8 years without pay, without praise, without mercy. And I watched. I made sure you did it right. I made sure you did not cheat. She pauses. She looks at him. But somewhere along the way, something changed. I stopped watching you because I wanted to catch you failing. I started watching you because I wanted to see if people can actually change. If someone who does something terrible can become someone who does something good. And you know what? I still do not know the answer. I do not know if you are a changed man or if you are just good at performing change. I do not know if you feel real remorse or if you just learned how to act like you do. Vincent does not interrupt. He just listens. But I know this, Carmen continues. You have processed over 20,000 applications in 8 years. You have helped thousands of families get the support they need. You did it quietly. You did it without credit. You did it even when no one was watching. And that counts for something. It does not erase what you did. It does not make us even. But it counts. She stands up. She walks to the window. She looks out at the street. When I leave, you will still be here. You will still be processing applications. You will still be helping families. And nobody will remember why you started. They will just know that you show up, that you do good work, that you are part of Hope Rising. And maybe that is enough. Maybe that is what justice looks like after enough time passes. Not forgetting, but moving forward. Vincent's voice is quiet. Do you forgive me, Mrs. Rodriguez? Carmen turns around. She looks at him for a long time. Her face is hard to read. Finally, she speaks. I do not know. Some days I think I do. Some days the anger comes back and I hate you all over again. But what I know is this. I do not want to carry you anymore. I do not want you to take up space in my head. I do not want to define my life by what you did to me. So whether that is forgiveness or just exhaustion, I do not know. But it is something. And it is enough for me to move on. She sits back down. So keep showing up, Vincent. Keep doing the work. Keep being useful. That is your job now. That is your life. And maybe that is your redemption. I do not know, but it is something. Vincent nods. Thank you, Mrs. Rodriguez, for everything, for holding me accountable, for making me face what I did, for giving me a chance to be useful. I do not deserve your forgiveness. I do not deserve anything from you. But thank you. Carmen nods once. Now go back to work. There are families waiting. Vincent stands up. He walks to the door. Before he leaves, he turns back. Mrs. Rodriguez, I hope you find peace. Real peace. You deserve it. Carmen's face softens just a little. Just for a second. You too, Vincent. You too. He leaves. He goes back to his desk. He picks up the next file. He gets to work. Because that is what he does now. He shows up. He works. He helps. Quietly. Honestly. Humbly. Not for redemption. Not for forgiveness. But because it is the right thing to do. Because it is the least he can do. Because it is all he can do. Money can buy many things. It can buy cars and houses and boats. It can buy clothes and jewelry and trips. It can buy comfort and convenience and status. But money cannot buy back time. It cannot undo harm. It cannot erase pain. It cannot purchase respect. It cannot create trust. It cannot manufacture hope. And in Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, in the city of Providence, in the state of Rhode Island, money definitely cannot buy justice. Vincent Harlow learned that lesson the hard way. He stole $890,000. He hurt 147 families. He destroyed hope. And he paid for it. With his freedom. With his reputation. With his family. With his future. He paid in prison. He paid in community service. He paid in humiliation. He paid in pain. And 13 years later, he is still paying. Not because he has to, but because he chose to. Because somewhere in those 13 years, he learned something. That the only way to live with what he did is to spend the rest of his life trying to do better. Not to erase it. Not to earn forgiveness. But simply to be useful. To be a sign that says danger, do not go this way. To be a reminder that actions have consequences. To be a sign that says danger, do not go this way. When someone falls as far as a person can fall, actions have consequences. They can still choose to get up and do the work. That even when someone falls as far as a person can fall, that is not heroism. They can still choose to get up and do the work. And sometimes that is enough. That is not heroism. That is just responsibility. And sometimes that is enough.